As soon as I saw that Warframe was coming to the Switch, I decided to pick one up because I've been wanting a Switch for a while, and that was the thing that finally put me over the edge. Even though I never play Warframe now on the Switch anyway, now that I've got to play a lot of this Switch, I've said Switch way too many times so far. Now that I've got to play on the console for a bit, and I've got to try out a whole load of different games on it, do I think it's worth it? So as Microsoft and Sony battle against each other to have the best graphics, the most triplest A games, and all of that stuff, Nintendo is going a very different route. Nintendo's Switch is very clearly the least powerful console out of all of the consoles. It's got a 720p screen, it runs games at like 30 frames per second, it's just not powerful. So right out of the bat, even though this does display 1080p on a TV, if you're going for 4K, hyperrealism, and AAA loot boxes, this isn't the console that you want to go for. You'd want to go for the PS4 or Xbox One. The real selling point of the Nintendo Switch is its portability, as well as its focus on first-party games and indie games. This console is literally made for me because that's a perfect package for me. And that's perfect for me because I'm always traveling around and I just love indie games. I mean, the only way that this console could get any better for me is literally if they bring Kingdom Hearts to the console, because I've been wanting to play that game for ages and it's just not coming to the Switch. Or it hasn't come yet. Hashtag bring Switch to... no. Hashtag please bring Kingdom Hearts to the Switch, please. Other than not having that game though, the games on the Nintendo Switch are really solid, they're really good. Splatoon 2 is a game that I put loads of hours into, even though it's going to end up breaking my A button. And Legend of Zelda is a really nice game when you're just going to kind of sit back and relax and just kind of explore a bit. And while I'm not playing first party games, there's games like Hollow Knight and Fury that I've put a load of hours into so far and are really fun on this console. And I love the fact that there's always two controllers on the Switch at all times that are always charged and ready to go whenever you want to duel against somebody else. And yeah, I totally don't mind these controllers. I've heard a lot of people say that you have to go out and buy, I don't know, the Pro controller. I mean, everything's called Pro nowadays, so it's probably called the Pro controller. Personally, I haven't felt the need to upgrade from these when you put the kind of slidey thing on the top of it. I've played both games that rely on motion controls as well as using the joysticks, and yeah, I mean, obviously it's not going to be as comfortable as a controller, but I don't feel like I have to run out and get one or anything. I mean, if I was going to get more controllers, I'd probably just get two of the same controllers instead of getting one Pro controller, because you can always slide it into this kind of thing that they've got that lets you use it as a controller anyway when you are playing by yourself. But the main issue with getting more controllers, as well as just with the console in general, is the pricing. Everything about this console and everything around it is just expensive. So the console by itself retails at around £280. You can sometimes get it for a bit less, although for the base price, like the normal price, you get it for £280 and you don't even get a game with it. And the games themselves, the first party games, haven't really reduced at all in price since they were brought out. I mean, nowadays you can pick up an Xbox One S or a PS4 for under £200, and if you get it in a bundle with 1, 2 or even 3 games, you can get it less for the base price of the Nintendo Switch of £128. And then on top of that, there's the accessory prices. So this console only comes with 32GB of RAM, which nowadays I think is pretty ridiculous, but there's no getting over that. There isn't like an upgrade to like a higher storage option or anything like that. So you're going to have to get a micro SD card if you want to download anything from the eShop. You're also going to have to get a case so it doesn't get damaged in your bag or anything, and I'd also recommend a screen protector. So on the off chance the dock scratches it, at least it will just scratch the screen protector, because I have actually heard that happening in the past. And I also had to get a D-brand skin for the Switch because I'm totally addicted to skins, so that was even more money. But yeah, chances are over time you're going to end up spending a lot of money on this console. I mean, Nintendo's really good at pushing out like news about pre-orders and this game going on sale and that game going on sale and stuff like that. They're going to get a lot of your money. I don't even want to know how much I've spent on this console so far. But for me, it's been worth it. I've really enjoyed being able to just pick up this console while somebody's using the TV and just playing it on the couch and then putting it back down when it's finished with and playing on the big screen. I've also really liked being able to play it on the train coming to my house here. Well, this isn't my house, it's my room outside, but the house as well as my studio in Manchester. And yeah, just while waiting for trains too, because you do spend a lot of time waiting for trains while you're in England. If you're in England, you'll know. But yeah, ultimately, there is going to be another console by Nintendo coming soon, so you may want to wait for that. But if you're just looking at this console by itself and just considering it, I would definitely recommend it. And yeah, it's definitely great for me. And yeah, if you do want this console though, I'm gonna have it linked in the description down below. But for me, I'm gonna keep this console. I'm gonna enjoy using it right into the future. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to play Kingdom Hearts some other way. Bye. I don't know how to end this video. So bye.